Okay, so peep this. The scene opens up on Geonosis. We see Padme and Anakin on a cart. Anakin tells Padme to not be afraid. Padme looks at Anakin and says, "I'm not afraid to die." Then they look into each other's eyes and Padme starts to get in her Shakespeare bag saying, "I've been dying a little bit each day since you came back into my life." Then we see Anakin say, "What are you talking about?" Then Padme says, "I love you." The way Anakin's face changed, you would have thought she had another guy or something. Bro couldn't believe she said that. Anakin really experiencing his first love. Anakin says, "You love me?" Then he looks down and tells Padme he thought they both decided not to fall in love and that they'd be forced to live in a lie. By doing that, it would destroy their lives. Then she hits Anakin with the, "I think our lives are about to be destroyed anyways." Then they look at each other and Padme confesses her deep love for Anakin. Then they kiss. My boy Andy got his first kiss. Okay, I see you. I know the feeling. I remember my first true love's kiss. Alright, my bad. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, now they are brought into the big arena. The seats are packed out like a soccer World Cup championship game. We see Kenobi looking at Anakin as his wrists are cuffed. As they get off the cart, Padme grabs a little pick from her belt and hides it in her mouth. Anakin walks over to where he will be chained near Kenobi. Obi-Wan says, "I was beginning to wonder if you even got my message." Anakin says, "I retransmitted it just as you requested, Master. Then we decided to come rescue you." Obi-Wan looks up and sarcastically says, "Good job." Anakin look like, "Damn, alright, my fault. Next time I won't come for you. I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you by yourself, nigga." Then the Geonosian chains Anakin's cuffs to the pillar. Now we see Count Dooku walk out with Archduke Poggle, the Viceroy, Jango Fett, and his son Boba. Poggle speaks and gets the show started. The arena entertainment is designed to execute Padme and the two Jedi. Then we see three beasts come out that's supposed to execute the three hostages. Anakin says, "I have a bad feeling about this." The beast pulls up on them and Padme picks the lock to get her hands free. Obi-Wan tells Anakin to just relax and concentrate. Andy says, "What about Padme?" Obi-Wan says she seems to be on top of things. Then Anakin looks over and sees that she has climbed up on top of the pillar. The acolyte walks up onto Kenobi and swings at him. Kenobi dodges it, making the beast break the chains Kenobi was locked up in. Now Kenobi is able to move freely. We see him dodging more attacks from the acolyte. Now the camera switches to the Reek as it charges at Anakin. The Reek tries to rush into Anakin with its horns, but Anakin jumps up onto the Reek's back. Now we see Anakin tying the chains he's cuffed to around the Reek's horn. The Reek breaks the chains Anakin's in, freeing him. Then we see the Nexu climbing up the pillar Padme is on top of, trying to get to her. Padme uses the chains to fight off the Nexu. As the Nexu gets hit, it slashes Padme in the back while falling down. The cameraman shows the Viceroy Ugly laughing, enjoying the entertainment. They want Padme dead. Now we see the acolyte scream. Kenobi is rolling on the ground, trying not to get hit by the beast. Then the cameraman switches to Anakin riding the Reek, trying to control it. He falls off the side of the Reek, hitting the ground while still holding on to the chain wrapped around the Reek's horn. Now Anakin is getting dragged. That man Anakin talking about, ugly. Nah, I know that hurt. Getting dragged is crazy. The angle switches to Padme on top of the pillar. We see the Nexu climbing up the pillar. Padme jumps off the top, swings around, and kicks the Nexu right in the chest, knocking it out. Look at him. The Nexu was popping all that big shit a second ago. Padme kicked it in his chest, and now he wants to give up. Nah. You want to be all growly and all feisty? Go ahead and do it. Do it some more. Go ahead. Do your thing. We see the Viceroy mad, saying she can't do that. Shoot her or something. Bro, ugly, mad as hell that she ain't died. Padme climbs back to the top. The Nexu gets up hurt and starts to growl. Meanwhile, Kenobi is still running on the ground. The acolyte knocks over pillars trying to get to Kenobi. Obi-Wan gets on his feet and starts to run away. We see Anakin still getting dragged by the Reek. Then Obi-Wan takes a staff from the Geonosian. Anakin is trying to tame the Reek. Padme is unlocking the handcuffs she's in, and Obi-Wan hits the Geonosian in the face with the staff. The cameraman switches angles, and the acolyte steps on the Geonosian, killing it. Anakin gets close to the Reek and jumps on his back, trying to tame it like a bull. Kenobi is weaving the acolyte swings while trying to stab it with the staff. Padme gets her hands free from the cuffs. Shacey kicked the Nexu. He ain't tried to climb the pillar since. That kick took little bro out. Anakin comes out of nowhere with the Reek killing the Nexu to save Padme. Anakin tells her to jump onto the back of the Reek from mad high, and she sticks to landing with no injuries or scratches. Obi-Wan throws the staff into the acolyte's body, but the Beaches takes it out with his mouth and snaps the staff. So Kenobi runs to Anakin and Padme to also get on the Reek's back. We see the Viceroy raging, saying, "This isn't how it's supposed to be." He tells Jango to finish her off. Count Dooku tells him to have patience and confirms that she will die. If I was Jango, I look at the Viceroy and be like, I ain't taking orders from anybody that can't beat me in a fight. Calm down, little bro, calm down. Her dying don't got nothing to do with me. Now we see 7 droidicas roll out and surround the 2 Jedi and Padme. The cameraman changes angles to a guy walking in a robe. He stops and we see a bald guy looking at all the separatists. He continues to walk up on them. Now we see the droidicas closing in on the hostages. Next, the camera shows a guy igniting a purple lightsaber, catching Jango and Boba Fett off guard. Count Dooku turns turns around and reveals the bald guy's name. It's no other than Master Mace Windu. Dooku says, "How pleasant of you to join us." Mace says, "This party is over." Now we see lots of other Jedi ignite their lightsabers around the arena on that timing. Dooku says, "Brave, but foolish, my old Jedi friend. You're possibly outnumbered." Mace chuckles and says, "I don't think so. I don't think you know who you're talking to. I don't think you realize I ain't the same nigga when you left the Jedi, fool. I'll get on your ass." Count Dooku says, "We'll see." And we hear footsteps approaching in the background that alerts Mace Windu, making him turn around. B2 super battle droids approach from the cave and starts opening fire on Mace. He blocks the blaster shots, and then we see Jango shoot flames at Windu, so he jumps up and avoids the flames. While in the air, Mace blocks a few blaster shots, lands, and takes off his Jedi robe that got burned from Jango. Now we see countless droids taking over the arena grounds and open fire at the Jedi. But the Jedi want all the smoke, so they run up on the droids and start cutting them down. Two random Jedi give Obi-Wan and Anakin some lightsabers, and Anakin slices the cuffs Kenobi is in to free his hands. The camera switches angles, and we see two Jedi fighting some droids putting in that work. The Geonosians are flying away from the arena. Now we are back to the droids. Amongst them, we see C-3PO's body, but with a battle droid's head. The droid says, "My legs aren't moving. I must need maintenance." Now we see a Geonosian using a strong shockwave weapon pushing everything back in his line of fire. Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan are also seen getting hit by the shockwave as well, getting knocked off the reek. The two Jedi start deflecting blaster shots, and Padme picks up a stick and starts blasting at some Geonosians on a Geonosian executor cart. Anakin slices a droid, then Padme gets on the animal hijacking a cart, so the other Geonosians flies away. Next, Kenobi is seen slicing up some droids. You know Anakin leaving his shawty, so he gets on the cart Padme is driving to protect her. But Padme can really hold her own. She putting that blaster to work. Now we see the Jedi and Anakin taking down more droids. That boy Boba Fett is in the cut. Then we hear C-3PO's head on a battle droid. C-3PO says, "What's all this noise?" "A battle. Oh, there's been a terrible mistake." Look at the battle droid next to 3PO. He's like, "What is this guy on about?" "Bro is chatting." Next, C-3PO says, "I'm programmed to educate, not destruction." Now the cameraman shows Mace Windu getting active. He jumps and lands after doing a flip mid-air and takes down the droid while relocating. Mace and Kenobi are back-to-back deflecting blaster shots. The battle droid that's attached to C-3PO's body is seen randomly blasting. Then a Jedi deflects a blaster bolt right back to the droid, taking its head off. Next we see that man Coleman Trebor pull up on Count Dooku. Coleman lights his lightsaber, catching Count Dooku off guard. Wait, what's this? Coleman's under heavy fire from Jango Fett. He's a Jedi, so it's gonna be light work. He blocks a blaster shot. Oh wait, no. Jango shot his right arm, but Coleman still, no. Jango shoots him in his chest and Coleman falls over the balcony to his demise. You're no Jedi. He's a fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Jedi to have the fastest combat death in history with a whopping 4 seconds. Coleman Trebor! Like ain't no way bro put up on Count Dooku by himself and thought he was finna smoke him. Bro thought he was a demon. The Jedi definitely needed to be humbled. Dooku didn't even have to move a finger. His shooter caught body for him without having to empty the clip. Coleman only famous cause he got smoked. That boy Jango Fett is cold though. Give him his credit. He ain't ducking no smoke, Jedi or not. You gotta respect it. Speaking of Jango, Dooku looks at him like, "Thanks for handling my light work." And bro just puts his pole back in the cleanest way possible, oral forming like, "It ain't no thing. I do this." Now we're back to Mace Windu and Kenobi fighting alongside the rest of the Jedi. The Reek comes bull rushing Kenobi and Mace. Kenobi gets slightly hit moving out the way, and the Reek is chasing Master Windu. Without a command, Jango flies down unexpectedly to Dooku's surprise. Even the droid is caught off guard. He like, "Hold it, Pimp. Where you going?" As the Reek is chasing Mace, he turns and slices off one of its horns, hurting the Reek while losing his lightsaber in the process. Jango lands and tries to get Mace's lightsaber, but Windu uses the Force to get it back. Nah, Jango really thought he was quick enough to get Mace Windu's lightsaber. Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that. Face that. Boy, that boy Jango thought he was fast. Boy, no, stop. Mace ignites his saber and the Reek is angry. Jango just looks at the beast instead of getting up. Like, bro, when you landed, you seen Mace slice off the Reek's horn, so you know it's here. But instead, Jango gets ran over by the Reek. Now his jetpack is cooked, but the Reek ain't done yet. So he hit the bull's signature foot drag and charges at Jango again. This time, Jango gets up and locks in. The Reek is running towards Jango from mad far, knocking a droid over in the process. Jango shoots one shot and kills the Reek. Okay, Jango. Bro out there moving like that shot. And he rolls out the way, adding some cool points to him. Okay, that boy clean. Let me find out. Now Jango is locked back in on his real target. He instantly ups Blick on Mace Windu while he's running up. But Mace ain't Coleman, so he deflects every blaster shot. The cameraman switches angles. Windu is closing the gap and he continues to flex shots. Then he slices Jango's blaster. Jango tries to fly away, but his jetpack got cooked earlier from the Reek. All we see is Windu decapitate Jango. His head hits the ground rolls, and his body drops. Count Dooku is seen looking disturbed by Mace's actions. And I am too. Bro said F the Jedi code. He must die. Mace just getting his get back for his man's Coleman. Mace really gave Jango the droid treatment. Sliced his head clean off. To my surprise, Mace, you really tapped into your darker side. That's cold. From the look on Windu's face, he was on demon time. And from the look on Boba's face, he couldn't believe someone could kill his dad so fast. That boy thought his dad was a superhero. Rip Jango. Next we see Battle Droid 3PO shooting, saying, "Die Jedi dogs." Then saying, "Wait, what did I say?" C-3PO, you ain't fooling nobody. You witnessing the other side of the grass for the first time and you like it. It's okay, live it up. You're harmless. If you was to actually kill a Jedi, then they wasn't worth keeping around anyways. So you're good, bro. Next we see the Viceroy dodging shots and the Jedi fighting the droids together. The Battle Droid 3PO says, "Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry about all this." Then my boy Kit Fisto Force pushes him down, followed by a clean smile. Fisto trying to rizz up the cameraman. Hey yo! The cameraman shows 3PO on the ground and he says, "Excuse me, I'm trapped. I can't get up." Like, buddy, put a sock in it, please. Damn. Now we see Padme and Anakin. They are shot off the animal and cart they was riding on. They get up, Padme runs to the cart to take cover, and Anakin is deflecting blaster shots protecting her. The lovers continue to fight off the droids. Anakin says to Padme, "You call this a diplomatic solution?" Padme says, "No, I call it aggressive negotiations." Then Anakin looks at her and smiles like, "Okay, shawty, talk your shit. Talk your shit." The cameraman shows Kenobi defending himself, but little does he know the acolytes behind him walking him down. The droids see that and start to back away. Obi-Wan turns around to see the beast on his tail, but Kenobi charges in and attacks the acolyte with no hesitation, slicing off the beast's legs. Then once Kenobi and the acolyte are on the same level, he twirls a saber ore farmer that ends the beast. Now we see that man R2 going up to see 3PO's head. 3PO says, "R2, what are you doing here?" R2 takes 3PO's head off the battle droid's body. Now we see the Jedi getting blicked down by the droids. 3 Jedi fall from the blaster shots. Hey, I can never die to a droid if I was a Jedi, but to each his own. The cameraman shows R2 dragging 3PO's head to his body. The droids are closing in on the Jedi. We see a B2 super battle droid knocking the other droid out the way after it's shot, and he starts opening fire on the Jedi. Now R2 is being a W-mans, but C-3PO is complaining. C-3PO, your time has come. I get so annoyed when he tries to tell R2 what to do. And he's always wrong, bro. C-3PO really thinks he's better than R2-D2. Buddy, R2 will cook you. He literally puts in more pain than you in every movie and Clone Wars episode y'all are both in. Man, C-3PO, I'm tired of you. You don't do anything. This is real built up anger right here, bro. He always trying to downplay my boy R2. Bro, D2 was such a W-mans. No matter what, he always still looks out for C-3PO anyway. He's still staying on business with or without C-3PO bum ass. If I was R2, I would have been smacked C-3PO goofy ass. Damn, tired of him. Count Dooku walks up looking over the ledge. The remaining Jedi plus Padme are defending themselves in a circle, getting closed in by the droids. Dooku waves his finger to motion the droids to stop shooting at the Jedi. Nah, that's motion. Dooku looking like the man for real. You can't even hate on that. Padme and the Jedi let their guards down. Kenobi is seen checking and concerned for a smoked Jedi. Then we hear Dooku say, "Master Windu, you have fought gallantly, worthy of recognition in the archives of the Jedi Order." We see the rest of the Jedi that were spared get sent in the middle with the others. Dooku says, "It is finished. Surrender and your lives will be spared." Mace says, "We will not be hostages to be bartered, Dooku." Dooku says, "Then I'm sorry, old friend." The droids raise their blasters ready to attack, so the Jedi get ready for action as well. Then we hear Padme say, "Look up," as she looks up into the sky. We see clone trooper transport ships flying down filled with troopers. We see Master Yoda on board as well. The clones open fire on the droids, saving the Jedi. Padme starts shooting her blaster, and the Jedi starts blocking shots. Then we hear Yoda say to the clones, "Around the survivors, a perimeter create." The clones are taking out the droids. The Jedi get on the transport ships. W clones for coming and saving the day, plus Yoda. The ship takes off, then Boba is seen grabbing his dad's head and sadly puts it to his face. All in all, that was a great rescue mission and battle. We got to see Padme and Anakin confess their love for the first time. We seen Count Dooku for the first time. We seen Mace Windu get busy along with the other Jedi. We seen a top bounty hunter kill and be killed. We seen how much the Jedi really are arrogant. They could come out on top in that fight. If it wasn't for the clones, the Jedi Order would have possibly been gone that day. Last but not least, we seen Padme's combat skills and the start of the Clone Wars. Be sure to drop a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget to comment your favorite part of this video and also what videos you would like to see next, what breakdowns, what fights, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, man. I'm gone.